Welcome back again, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Chamberlain, the Air Force guy here at Southland Airstream and RV, here to show you, this is the Ember E Series, the 22MLQ. Now, for more information on this camper or any others, reach out to me, contact information down below. But this is the first time you're watching, please do subscribe, hit that like button for this as well. And love to hear your comments as far as what your thoughts are on this particular camper. So let's get started here. So now, model number is not indicative of actual length. The actual length on this thing is 27 foot 1 inch, although it's a 22 model number. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these, folks. If you get a salesperson that walks up to any camper and tells you the model number is the length, well, it may be an Airstream. Airstream's like within a couple inches to 14 inches, but the majority of them, they're going to be 3 to 6 or 7 feet longer than the actual model number. So keep that in mind. Now up in the front, they're using the 20-pound bottles. What I like about the 20-pound bottles is the fact that they're easier to handle. I never run out of mine because I go ahead and watch the tanks and fill one up when it goes empty. So, and they're much easier. And in the event of emergency, you can go to, you know, a 7-Eleven, a Lowe's or whatever, and get one that's already filled up. Just keep in mind, when you go to those places, they're not filled up with 20 pounds. They're only 15 pounds. So understand that. Spare tires up on the front makes it a little bit easier to get to than being in the back or so forth. Power tongue jack. Well, let's take a look at the off-door side here. Of course, you do have the cable slide. Now your lights here on the inside, you see the light's not on the other side. When I get over there, it'll turn on. It's a sensor light. Now they do have, as you can see, a connection for solar in the event that you want to go ahead and put external solar on here. And then you're able to just, they have a plug here. You pull this plug, then there's another plug on the other side. Pull those out, you can run it down through there. Make sure you get some brass wool if you're going to be doing that. It is already set up for, so it's pre-set up for the tire link, tire monitoring system. Tank heaters on here. Your disconnect is in here. By the way, in the box, that is the ladder for you to get up on the roof, something they're going to. Notice it already has set up here for you in the event that you're going to put the side view cameras. It's going to fit quite nicely right in that spot there. Some manufacturers don't make it like that. The stabilizers they put on here, as you can see, they're the heavier duty Lippert, which is a nice thing to have. And you can see you have the stowaway for your sewer hose there. Behind that, that's going to be your fresh water dump, which is right there. Now, the nice thing with that fresh water dump is it's big, it's going to empty quickly. And then you see this hose right there. That hose right there, that is your overflow, so that when you're filling your fresh water tank, once it gets full, it'll start coming out of there. That way you don't overfill that. Now, keep in mind one thing with that is, it is possible as you drive down the road, if you're going down the road with a full fresh water tank, for that water to siphon out because of that. So keep that in mind. They do not put a valve on there to shut it off because of the fact that it may, if you were not paying attention and you didn't have it open when you're filling it, it could go ahead and overflow. And, well, not overflow, but actually bulge the tank, and then it would be bulging the floor. But this is where the ladder is in here. As you can see, that light turned on. Nice thing is it's out of the way. It's not in your face. You know, a lot of these campers, they put the lights here and they're like right in your face. By it being here, it's not in your face, and it's makes it a little bit easier for you to locate things. You see you have a nice big electric awning here, power awning. And you have to see the awning light on there. And the nice thing with that awning light, it's dimmable. I'll show you that when we get inside. You've got a nice yellow step light right under here, which is nice. And whether you'll actually be able to see the lights, I mean the steps, when at night. And the other nice thing with that is it's not attracting the bugs. You see on this side you have the 110 outlet, you have a sprayer port, so if you want to rinse some things off like your steps and so forth. But let's get inside and take a look and see what we got. So as you come in the door here, you have right behind this fire extinguisher, there's a little lever here. This is for, let me just get in here and I'm going to show you. So you see the lights on the awning, so you can dim them or brighten them. There's also a button down here that turns on this light here, but this light doesn't turn it on. But if you don't have this light switch in the on position, then it will not come on when you come up here. Now you see how that lit up as it sensed motion. So you have an accent light. So what happens is, now you see how that yellow light's on? But let's say that you want to shut it off. You're outside and you want to shut it off. Not sure why you'd want to do that. You could do that. But if you do not have this in the on position, so I leave it shut off, notice how it's showing that it's on. But it's not going to come on unless you put this switch up here. And then you can turn it off right here. So you see how it's off and it'll come back on. That way there, at least at night, you're not going to be tripping over things, right? Of course, your ceiling lights, awning light, check your levels, see your battery's good, although we have no battery on here. Anytime you want to know if your battery is good, do not be plugged into power. That'll give you an erroneous reading. Awning, slide control here, water pump. You can also Bluetooth this to your phone, and then this is a dimmer for inside. So the great thing about this floor plan is that even with the slide out in, you can utilize the whole thing. And let me go ahead and bring this slide out in. By the way, anytime you bring in this slide, make sure there is no debris on the floor. Otherwise, you run the risk of damaging the floor. So I just want to show you so that you're able to see how much room you actually have with the slide out in. I know most people, they don't have the ability to do this when they're doing the videos. So take a look. You can still use the seats. By the way, because this is not a flush floor slide, you can sit on that on those chairs with the slide out in. When you have flush floor slides, do not do that. I'm just going to walk on through here and we'll just turn around, just give you an idea what it looks like from this end. So that's what that looks like with it in. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the slide out back out. Now, while that slide's going out, we're going to talk to you a little bit about this remote control right here. This remote control right there, that is for your air conditioner in here. Now, you know, from a plus and minus standpoint, that thing is ducted into the bathroom. However, it's not ducted to this area. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not sure how that cools. I'm pretty sure because this is all open, it probably does a pretty good job. I'd be concerned if it was, if it did not have the duct in the bathroom, that would be a concern of mine. But because you do have that there, that makes a difference. So let's start talking about how this works. As I'd mentioned, so the recliners there, you can sit on them when the slide is all the way out or all the way in. Do not do it if it's in between, okay? Just give you some information. Now, let's check out all the outlets that they have available to you. We're going to start up in the bedroom area. So you're going to have an outlet there. You're going to have an outlet right there, okay? You're also going to have an outlet right next to the chair right there. You have another outlet that's down underneath the dinette. You also have another outlet, which is nice, right here. Now, so the nice thing about those outlets is if you're using a vacuum cleaner or if you're plugging your phone in or whatever, they're accessible. But then you also have an outlet there for on the counter. It's not up top there like some of the others. You have another outlet there, USB, and a USB-C outlet right there. Does have a powered max fan here, controlled right here. Nice thing with that is it's being controlled. When you have that on, it's going to pull the air from here and it's going to go right out there. So it makes it very nice. Now it also does have the reverse on this, so you can see. So you can have that where it's pulling the air out or you have the air dumping in. I'm going to tell you, make sure that if you're pulling the air out, have a window or door open. Trust me, I know there's people that tell you you don't have to do that, but it will create problems. You could burn out the fan because that's extra stress. And let me just show you, let's demonstrate this because I have not demonstrated this before. Let me just close this door. And I just want to demonstrate this to you and let you hear the difference. So I'm going to open up this window. And now we're going to turn on this fan. And see how it automatically opens. I'm going to wait till that stops. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I want to get it all the way on there. So now you can feel the air coming through here. And try that. If you know, if it has battery power, if it's plugged in, you can do that. Now listen to this fan when I close this window. Listen to the draw on it. You hear that? That will it's going to be drawing more amperage if you're doing that, and it's going to end up pulling a couple things. It could start pulling air from somewhere it shouldn't be and creating an issue. So remember that. You could just open the lid if you want, open and close it here, but if you just push this, now it'll go ahead and close and you're good to go. This is how you change the speed on it, and of course change the other. It does also have an auto mode that you could set it for as well. And then of course this is for your furnace. So that is how that works there. So what do you think of the kitchen sink there? Nice high-rise faucet, does have the sprayer port. I mean, this thing pulls out as well. Now, underneath here, you're not going to have much room because the fact that behind there, that's where your water heater, and I'll show you when we get out on the outside, is going to be. Nice deep drawer with full extension drawer glides. You have 2 of those. By the way, that's where the furnace is as well. You can tell because that's where it's going to draw the air back in. This is a convection microwave as well as an air fryer. Full extension drawer glide as well. And then take a look at these. And these have kind of a soft close on them as well. 2-burner cooktop. And I mean, you know, people, there's a lot of different ways of it. I tell you, I don't use my 3-burner cooktop. We use a toaster oven. We use an air fryer. So of course you wouldn't need an air fryer there, but we have an electric little burner that we use. So to different people, some people might not use it, and it's not a big deal. You're able to figure that stuff out for yourself. Now the Furrion 12-volt refrigerator, and this is a good size refrigerator. It works adequate. Drawer down below that as well. On your seats, they do have heat, as well as having, now you saw that light turn green, and I can hear it vibrating. That's because it has, let me see which one it's on. Oh, that is a vibration. I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize. I did that backwards here, folks. So this is for, they call it the massager. It's more of a vibration type thing. This is the light. So notice how it changed the light. That's because it has something on here. Let's turn it, let's find out what's on. This always messes me up here. Yeah, so when it goes blue, let me go shut this one off over here. So now, see when it's blue? When that light is blue there, you have both the vibration and the heat off. If you turn the heat on, you see how it goes purple, right? If you turn this on, see how it's green? If you have both on, it's not doing anything different, but anyway, we're going to shut them off. There you go, back to blue. So if it is not blue here, that means that you have either the vibration or the heat on. And then of course it has the light down below in the front as well. This has a little part here that pulls out, so you have a nice little hideaway thing in there. Little phone charger, so you set your phone in there, let it charge. Your own little light switch here, so if you don't want that light on above you, you can just shut it off. You don't have to reach up, because some of us, we have short arms, right? Little storage up above on both sides. Storage for the bedroom. Of course, you have the nice drawer here that pulls out. And they're always not very long on these because of how deep this is. Little hanging place. And then back here, you have more storage. But back here also, I didn't show you because, you know, we talked about 110 outlets. You're going to have another one here. Notice a little light. And we're coming over the other side, and you have another little light there. And take a look. Again, you have 110 and USB and USB-C power stations. So let me get out of this bed here. Makes it a little bit easier. Now, that is a true 60 by 80 bed. You do have the MCD roller shades that pull down, giving you the privacy. And this is an Ember exclusive, folks. This has an actual, let me pull this thing across to show you. This has an actual soundproof curtain for that bedroom. Ember exclusive. Next, you know, one thing I didn't even notice is over here, because I got my hat on. It's kind of, you have another light right here. Let's just check and see something. So that is part of the ceiling lights. So the nice thing is each of these lights on the ceiling have their own lights buttons. So you can go through, if you wanted to have certain lights on or off, you're able to, you know, turn it all on, turn them all, you know, turn on, turn off which ones you don't want. The TV is directly across from your seating area here. And the nice thing where they have that is even if somebody was sitting there in the dinette, it's not, they're not in the way, which is quite nice. By the way, that dinette booth, notice how you don't have any legs on the table. So then you're not going to be knocking your legs on them, stubbing your toe. It does push down very easily for you to make it a bed. All you're going to do on this, just get under here and show you here. This one has it's a hydraulic strut that's on here. So let me show you how this works. All right, so now I'm going to show you how easy you can put this as a bed. I had to go get my assistant. Vanna White was available today. She wasn't available to be in the video, but she was available to go ahead and hold the camera, which is very nice, very sweet of her. By the way, when you pull these off, they do have a way for you to get under it. Now on this one, it has room on the outside to get to it. On this one, obviously, the only way you're going to be able to do it is get to it here. So you just get these things out of the way. This table is so easy to set up. All you do is lift up, and then you're just going to push it down. See how easy that goes? And it's going to lay right down like that. Okay, so once you get the table down, then you've got to get the cushions in place. Now this thing is set up specifically a certain way because you have that mechanism there that's going to be in some of your way there. So the backers for that are going to have to go in the middle. The downside of that, you have more stuff. Most people, if they're going to use this, it's going to be children sleeping on it. So that's not a big deal. I can tell you, one year I had 3 girls sleep on one of these. So they're tired, trust me, they're out all day. It's not going to be a big deal. They don't mind. They're just going to be out like a light. They're getting up early the next day anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Now to put it back up, see, all you're doing is it's going to hook into that little steel mechanism there. So you see, it's coming up basically by itself. As it gets up closer, you push it there, and now it's solid. Do not sit on this table, folks. It's not meant for that. Okay, so next, of course, you're going to have storage up above on either side. Now, unlike a lot of other ones, those are actually pretty deep and usable. Some don't put them as deep, or you know, they don't even have any at all. And then look at how deep this is here for your pantry or clothes, whatever you want to put in here. Down below, you do have your breakers and fuses. That's what's in here. Heat duct, notice it's up off the floor. Notice you do not have any heat ducts on the floor. Benefit there is that you're getting heat blowing across the floor. So that's the one duct. Let me see, was there another one down here? Let's see if there's another one in there. Checking to see. Nope. See how deep that is? That's a little shoe kickoff. So when you come in the door, you can put that right there. So yeah, it looks like that is the only heat duct that is in here. Just looking to see if there's one in the, oh, I'm sorry, there is one more heat duct. So you have a heat duct there blowing across in the kitchen, then you have another one here. Now with that being said, that's going to have to go underneath the floor, so you're going to have also heat being blown into the tank area, as well as heat back in the bathroom here. And trust me, for this size of a camper, that is plenty of heat ducts. Now, looking at the bathroom, what I like about how this bathroom is set up is that if somebody's in there and you're sitting out here, you can't see them, right? So if you're claustrophobic, you don't have to close the door. And plenty of room in front of the toilet there. You do have the toilet paper holder already set up for you. 110 outlet for on top of the counter. Notice the lighting that's in here. Now I just misspoke earlier. This light switch, you have a light switch here, and then you also have, oh, there's that's a fan. You have a small fan right there, And by the way, you can adjust that here, on or off. AC duct. I knew I had it. I thought it. Oh, there it is. So you can turn this on and off from here. So you could leave this on at night, as you can see. So you have one orange one. There's one up front, and there's the two behind the bed, and of course the one on the outside. So see how you have the under lighting there. Power vent fan, AC duct, places to hang your towels. Little hand towel here. Sink with a high-rise faucet. They call that a high-rise faucet anyway. It's kind of a, you know, you look at that and you don't see any handle, right? And you're like, well, does that really open? And it does. And this has this specially imported Italian tile from Italy. So check it out. Now the nice thing is with this thing, wait to see, because of how tall it is. Now I'm 5'8" without my hat. Just kind of give you an idea how much room I have here in the shower. Now this also has this. Now this one, this is the one I hate, because see how quickly it'll close. Now if you don't want to use it, I never use mine. I just put a spring bar inside with a shower curtain, and then my wife didn't want to look at the shower curtain, so we put another spring bar on the outside. We had a decorative one on the outside. Got a nice little hand grip right there to help you get in and out of the shower. Folks, do not caulk down along the bottom of that shower. That stuff moves. The pan on that shower lifts up, and then the walls go down overside of it. So do not caulk that. You will be sorry if you ever do. It does have a lock for the door when it's open and when it's closed. And then this is for your on-demand water heater here. And by the way, for those people that don't know how to use an on-demand water heater, is you set it for the temperature you want it, and you don't turn the cold water on when you're in the shower. So let's go outside and take a look and show you a couple of things on the outside that we didn't go over earlier. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the outside. Remember we showed you under the kitchen. So this is where your Furrion water heater is. Something with that I've had people actually tell me that they've done is they put a little screen, you know, the screen you would buy for this, to put over this. They'll put one on here. They sell them in a pair, so it'll work out good. Put one over this, and that will help you 98% of the time when it's raining not to get that default. So keep that in mind. And then of course the furnace, which you saw, which was below that. This does have a hitch receiver on the rear, but it's rated at 300 pounds tongue weight. That's it, not for towing. And then you see right there, there's your low point drains. Something I'd highly recommend you do is open them after at the end of the camping trip. When you're done, open those, let it drain, leave it open till you get home or parking it, and then close them back up. Staying with underneath here, this is where you're gonna have your dump station. Nice thing is it's right back here at the end, easy for you to get to. You've got your galley, and then you've got your black tank. So there's two, and that's it. Makes it real simple for you. I'll give you a shot of what it looks like underneath. As you can see, it's an enclosed and heated underbelly. One last thing is your docking station. You can see where your electrical connector is. This is your docking station. They have these things so you can move this thing out of the way, so you can close this back up when it's open. So you have your black tank flush, outside shower. This is for your water pump, satellite and cable. You see everything's marked right here. When you're hooked up to city water, and then you turn it when you want to fill your tank. Do not have any pressure on the hose when you're turning it, either from tank fill or to city, because that could create an issue for you. That is not a lockable door there. You can see for that Lippert ladder, that's where you connect it. Nice thing by not having it on your camper is the fact that you're not having people worrying about people going up on your roof. And it is already wired and framed for that Furrion rear observation camera. Folks always talk about backup cameras. You do not want a backup camera, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just tell you that ahead of time. You want to have a camera that you can see while you're backing up, as well as while you're driving down the highway. So what are your thoughts about this camper? This is the Ember 22 MLQ? Let me know down in the comments. I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.